Hey folks, welcome to another Triple T Thursday. For those just joining us, that's Tools, Tips, and Talk, where we'll discuss info for the knife maker. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about what I think is one of the best attachments for your 2x72, the rotary platen. And this is something relatively new, something for me that I've started using in the last year. And now I use it on every single knife, and I want to bring you guys along and tell you why and what I use it for. Let's go take a look. Okay folks, I'm here in front of my Ameribrade Fastback 2x72 grinder, and I want to talk about the rotary platen, which I think is one of their best attachments. So why do we want a rotary platen? So the main reason to use a rotary platen is to get those nice convex edges. So instead of just having a flat grind all the way to the tip, we're going to have a convex edge that will give us just a better edge and a little more steel behind the edge and have it less chippy. It also lets you get that edge much finer a lot easier, because now you don't have to grind the entire flat surface of your bevel down. So lots of great reasons to use it. I find it the easiest way to get that final edge on my knives. I'll bring you in a little closer and I'll show you all the features. So now let's take a closer look. So the rotary platen, at least from Ameribrade, has 3 wheels and a rubber belt going around them. And you can see the belt has traction here, and those grooves are also machined into the wheels so that this belt doesn't go anywhere. Then this one actually has a hard platen over the longest side. Okay, so this is a hard platen. You can see there's just a little bit of give here. And then these are slack belts. Okay, so there's no support except for the rubber. And then you can turn the platen around and use whichever one suits your fancy. Mostly I use the one with the platen because I'm doing just a very casual convex edge. The great thing about the rubber is that it just gives enough to, as you put pressure here, it's just gonna round over the leading edge of your knife. So you're going to be grinding edge up, and it's just going to put ever so slightly a convex on the top. And this is a great way to get from your end thickness down to the thickness you want. So I usually recommend around 20 thousandths of an inch for any knife that's not a culinary knife. So this knife is a Bowie. I try to shoot for about 20 thousandths. I'm going to end usually around 30-35, and then I will do the last bit by convexing the edge, and that just takes me literally a minute or two to go and do that on this platen, on a 120 or a 240 or something like that. If this was a culinary knife, I'd be ending around, I want it around 5 to 10 thou at the very end, so I'd probably stop around 15 and then switch to the rotary platen around 15 thou and do my final convex after I've done my S-grind and whatever else I'm going to do to it. So definitely very useful. It's just so easy to just gently push the blade up against it, and just this little act of the sponginess of the belt just gives you just a nice soft edge here. It's so subtle, even if I take the tape off, you're not really going to see it on this knife anyway. But give one a try. It will change your game. I know so many makers that have such a hard time getting down to that 20 thousandths of an inch or less on their knives. This is going to solve that problem for you, folks. So get yourself a rotary platen, give one a try. You won't be disappointed. Thanks, folks. We'll see you on the next one.